Hi, my name is Chef Vincent Hiew, co-owner and executive chef of SIKI, Nusa.
You moved to Australia at just 13 years old. Can you share the moment you realized cooking would be your life passion?
I don't think when I first stepped foot in Australia, cooking was going to be my passion. To be honest, I didn't like school. Academical subjects was not my thing. But moving to a Western country, knowing that they can do non-academic subjects from automotive, carpentry, sewing, art, cooking being one of them, was very interesting. Like, I go to school, I'm actually having fun. So cooking being one of it, I never knew that it was going to be a passion or a career. It's just much more cooler for me at school, where everyone goes to school with their lunchbox and their stale sandwiches. I come out after a cooking class with a carbonara, if you will. So it's something that I enjoy doing, but I think the teachers saw that I could pursue this as a career. So she then told me, after you graduate from high school, why don't you jump straight into culinary school? So that's where the whole chefing career started.
What were some of the biggest cultural adjustments you faced as a young teenager arriving in Australia?
Major culture challenge for me when I first moved to Australia was the language barrier. I mean, I speak English when I was born in Malaysia, I study it, but going to a proper English-speaking country, I remember very well my first class was called social study. And the first topic was to talk about the topic issues. So I had to write an essay about issues, which I have no idea what the word actually means. And I struggled. I struggled for a good 6 months or so, probably even a year, to try and adapt to the dialect and the slangs of the English that they use in Australia. But I believe that's one of the major challenges for me when I first arrived in Australia, yeah.
You've worked in some remarkable establishments like Nobu. What is one key lesson from those experiences that you bring into SIKI today?
So for me, working not only in Nobu, my journey working from a small little cafe, from washing plates from the start and peeling 20 kilos, 40 kilos of potatoes, slowly moving into a proper restaurants, working with Italian, French, and finally finding my love in Japanese cuisine in Nobu. I think to just continue doing what you think is right is the key to pursue, and knowing that this will be the career that you want to do, and just keep pursuing it, never giving up. Even though as a chef, it's a very tough career to be in, you gotta have really strong will and passion, and just don't give up, just keep going, basically, yeah. And I'm sure eventually you will get somewhere, even though it's whatever that you do as well. You know, it doesn't have to be in the chef career. I think that's a proper mindset for people, that you have to just keep pursue and never give up.
SIKI blends Japanese tradition with Balinese flavors. How do you achieve the right balance to ensure authenticity rather than creating a fusion dish?
I don't think we like to use that word fusion here in SIKI, yeah? We like to use the word harmonizing. So it's about harmonizing Balinese flavor, culture into, obviously, SIKI being a Japanese restaurant, a Japanese platform. How do we do it? Basically, I'm guessing most chefs will agree, trying different foods from different countries, working in different countries, our taste palettes, we kind of remember it. It's like muscle memory. We remember those flavors. And chefs that are really talented, I'm not saying I am, but chefs that are really talented, they could go through that encyclopedia in their mind, that flavor profile, and they could blend the flavors like acidity, fat, umami flavors into a dish, and then create it and plate it, I guess, if you will, paint it on a plate as a canvas. Generally, that's how I think creativity starts off with. And I think not just fusing dish from one country to another and just fusing it together just for the sake of fusion, that's all. So harmonizing is what we like to call it here.
Which dish on SIKI's menu feels the most personal to you, and what makes it special?
Personally, would be our chicken kushiyaki. chicken kushiyaki is a traditional Japanese dish, or you can even call it yakitori. Basically, a skewer, you skewer chicken's meat onto it, and then it's barbecued on the charcoal. What makes this particular dish more personal and special to me is basically it's my father's recipe. So this particular dish, I'm sure everyone could relate to this as well. Everyone can remember that first bite from your grandma's cooking, from your grandfather, your parents or whatever. And it's something so good that it will be embedded in your memory. So this dish was actually made from barbecue chicken wings. So my dad would rarely do barbecue chicken wings, but when he does it, he does a really good barbecue chicken wing. And that flavor is remembered in my memory as a kid. And to showcase this dish is also to commemorate him. So he passed away about a year and a half ago. So this dish, like I said, it really personal. And then it's also a way how SIKI would like to share that nostalgia feeling or that flavor that might create nostalgia to our guests here at SIKI. And hopefully I can share a bit about my childhood as well to our guests, and not only just me having that flavor that I enjoy, and hopefully our guests at SIKI enjoys it as well.
In such a competitive industry, how do you keep yourself creatively inspired?
Yeah, watching a lot of YouTube videos, yeah, scrolling through countless amounts of Instagram. But creativity, I think you can't be forced, yeah. Most artists, I wouldn't say myself I'm an artist, but I guess chefs now can be classified as artists in the culinary world. But creativity just comes without you knowing. I could be sleeping one night and all of a sudden I wake up and I thought maybe this dish, this ingredient or this flavor might pair well with something. And you write it down and then you try and execute it the next day. Or sometimes you just be eating out somewhere and then you taste this flavor and you felt like, oh, maybe I could create something with this by harmonizing it in SIKI. Maybe we can create something from that. So for chefs, I guess it's more your daily activities, what you do, things that you do outside of work, or it could be something that you look at or smell that could inspire creativity. So it's not easy, but definitely something each chef, I believe, around the world strives to keep themselves creative every day and move forward, yeah.
You've mentioned that success is about joy and pride, not just numbers. How do you foster that atmosphere for your team in the kitchen?
I believe working in this industry, like I said before, it's a very harsh industry. We do very long hours, very punishing hours, high pace, very high pressure. You have to be somewhat loose in the brain here to be able to do this kind of job. Like, you have to really enjoy it. You got to have some passion in it. And you can't do this job constantly without having a bit of joy in it, okay? So I tend to not be overly strict, like military-wise. So I try to joke around with the chef. Of course, when we work, we have to be serious about our job, but adding a bit of fun, creating a bit of comedy in the kitchen, if you will. So the team feels like it's a family here. It's not just a place where you work, you take your paycheck and you go home, but it's a place where you come in, you're happy to come in. You're happy to be here and see each other. We can joke around, we can eat together, and then obviously do service and serve our guests together. I mean, if a chef is happy at what they're doing, obviously it will shine through the product that they serve to the guests eventually.
When you're off duty, what is your go-to comfort meal?
I guess you can ask 10 chefs, 9 out of 10 maybe would probably say instant noodles. My go-to food, I mean, like, you can ask any chefs. We've been cooking every day at work. We do it, 13, 14 hours a day, every day. And the last thing you want is to do a fancy food at home and plate it up. 5 minutes tops, nice little pot, hot water with instant noodles, that umami flavor sachet packets that you throw in, 5 minutes, shove it down into your stomach, and then we are very happy after that.
Where do you envision SIKI 5 years from now?
We would hope SIKI would be more known to people within 5 years, and yeah, it's a goal that we want to achieve. It's a very big goal that we want to achieve, but hopefully we could have other branches within 5 years. We could have like another 1 or 2 maybe. Yeah, it's a long goal to achieve too, but we'll strive, we'll push hard, and hopefully SIKI you can not only find in Bali, but you can find in other parts of Indonesia, maybe other parts of Asia as well, hopefully.
Lastly, if you could give one piece of advice to your 13-year-old self, what would it be?
Don't be a chef. Nah. My 13-year-old self, when I first stepped out of the plane, probably don't waste time, okay? Don't waste time doing, enjoy your teenage life, right? Do the crazy stuff, get into trouble. We all been teenagers, do all that crazy stuff. But if you're focused on that career that you want to do already, keep pursuing it, push yourself to be better. Every day, constantly challenge yourself to be better than yesterday. If that 13-year-old me would have listened, I think SIKI now would probably be even better than what it is now. So yeah, I would say that's the one advice I would give my 13 self maybe. Yeah, obviously I'll give him a lot more advice besides this, but yeah, gain more experience quicker, learn faster, and yeah, the 13-year-old me should be all right after that.